Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is a flick through for the T'au Codex, which I got with the Kroot Hunting Pack box set. And departing from how the Dark Angels Codex came, this Codex comes in this rather nice kind of slipcase. So comes in a slipcase with the elastic on it, keeps the Codex and the data cards secure. Now the data cards came in this little slipcase as well. So now we have had a lot of units disappear, which is crap, but let's have a flick through the Codex and see what we get. So obviously standard Codex fare. I mean, it was the same I think for for the previous issue. This is old artwork on the front. This is artwork from, I don't know if it's from the first T'au Codex. Let's have a look, shall we? No. Don't think so. But I do know it featured on the front of the second. So there's your second T'au Codex. Which I think is a bit disappointing, you know, regurgitating old stuff. I don't know if you can see on the front, you've got a metallic T'au emblem, and then on the back in T'au lettering, you've got T'au in embossed metallic lettering. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice, that's new. It's a nice cover. I do like it. It's just a shame they went with previously used artwork. So, coming straight in. You get a bit of fiction to begin with. And then we're into information on the T'auva. So, history about it. You know, how they came out of their dark age, etc. This lovely bit of artwork. Coming out of a T'au Orca. It's really disappointing that we can't get the T'au Orca anymore. It's been gone from Forge World for a while now, I think, but we've got T'au Mantas there. And then obviously our Crisis battle suits. So again, history, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th sphere expansions. Talks about the caste system, so fire caste, earth caste, water caste and air caste, and then it talks about the 5th one, which is the ethereals, which I like, the T'au leaders. So yeah, I mean, it's a really nice book. A lot of it is obviously rehashed information from previous codexes, but you know, it's still worth a read. Then we're into just some information about their societal ranks. So like Shazla will be warrior, Shazwi veteran, Shazray hero, Shazel noble, Shaso commander. So Oshasera, which is Commander Shadowsun. No picture for her except for this watermarked picture here. But yeah, info on her. And then the really lovely Kroot artwork from the Kroot Hunting Packs box set. And then the Warriors of Peck, nice section on the Kroot. And some really good artwork again here, fighting some Dark Eldar, Drukhari. Another bit of fiction here. And then we're into Might of the Empire. So talking about battle suits. This really great comparison. Doesn't compare all battle suits. So for example, the Ghost Kill battle suits missing from this list. From this pictorial example. And then it talks about all the various weapon and battlefield support systems that you get for your battle suits, which is great. Really nice that they explain this, and then it explains drones. But I'll come on to drones in a bit. Then we got some information on Tau Septs, Sasaya, Borkan, Dalith, Farsight Enclaves and other Septs, and then we go into Oshavar, which is Commander Farsight, our red armoured hero. So we get nice artwork here. Really nice. Is that the Dawn Blade, I believe? Then Showcase. Now I like the I don't like the ochre colour, the Tau ochre colour. But I prefer it over the white battle suits. Much prefer a sandy kind of colour scheme for the Tau, which is what I've gone for with my Tau over the white. But the kind of like the orangey sand I don't like. And then our Kroot. So the Kroot Rider had a really nice update. So gone is the metal resin miniature. So that's nice. Kroot Hounds now plastic. Again, that's nice. We get some more shapers. And we get some more units as well, like this Lone Spear on Calamandra, a Kroot Flesh Shaper, and then the Krootox Rampagers. It's a real shame that we didn't get Krootox Riders. I think a lot of people were kind of hoping that that was going to be the case. And it's really sad that we didn't get that. I would have liked to have seen them in plastic. Yeah. Essentially, it was just a T-Rex, wasn't it, really, when you look at it? So, Commander Farsight. And some nice big shots. Right, Combat Patrol. So, your Combat Patrol, they've changed it. You used to get... What did you used to get? You used to get a Ghost Kill, 3... stealth battle suits, some fire warriors, an ethereal, and a Carter Fireblade, was it? And we now just get a commander battle suit. We get some fire warriors. We get some their fire warriors, their pathfinders, and a devilfish. So, I mean, I can field all these units. So. And then painting your Combat Patrol. Painting it white. So, Sudden Dawn Carder. Haven't really looked at the Combat Patrol. I haven't really played any games in 10th yet, which is a shame. But here we go, Combat Patrol data sheets. And these are different in that in your Tau system you will see that the data cards have red boxes for them. okay, so that you know that they're combat patrols. But that's your combat patrol stuff. And then we're into the rules. Introduction, detachment rules, stratagems, enhancements, and then drones. Right, so these are the drones that we have. They have taken away from us the tactical drone unit that was in the old codex. So we can no longer field units of gun drones or, you know, marker drones to help with our shooting, etc., which were a really useful thing. Where are we? Tactical drones. So we used to, in the old system, we used to be able to have units of 4 drones made up of any combination of gun drone, marker drone or shield drone, and they were really useful, but they've been taken away from us in this edition. So Cao Yun, Patient Hunter, Mon Ka, Killing Blow, you have your Retaliation Carder, and you have Kroot Hunting Pack. Some things that really used to flesh out the T'au, which have been missing for a while now, were you used to be able to take some upgrades for like vehicles, and you could take the flechette discharger or a disruption pod. And Forge World used to do add-ons that you glued onto your miniatures to show that you'd added them on. And your disruption pod essentially caused, I think, targeting to be harder if the unit you were if you were being targeted by Space Marines or something, then they would find it harder to target you. And the flechette discharger used to, explosive reactive armor on modern tanks goes off to dissipate missiles coming in. Well, a flechette discharger could be set off if you were being attacked by infantry. So if they attacked, you could then turn around and say, right, flechette discharger, so you would get a chance to obviously potentially do some wounds to any infantry that were tying you up in combat. So Kroot Hunting Pack, and then we're into the data sheets. So missing from the data sheets, let's bring the last year's codex in, shall we? And we are missing, so we have Commander Shadow Sun and Commander Farsight straight off the back, that's the same. Then we have the commanders in battle suits, so an Enforcer. So we have a commander in Crisis battle suit. I can't remember if that was a thing. Yeah, so that's been taken away by the look of it. Yep, that's been taken away from us. Okay, so we no longer are able to field commanders in Crisis battlesuit. We have commanders in Enforcer battlesuit, still in the book. Cold Star battlesuit, still in the book. And we have the Carder Fireblade still in the book. Ethereals are still in the book. And Dark Strider is still in the book. So Missing is the Kroot Shaper, the old Kroot Shaper. And we no longer have Anvar and Anshi. And Long Strike is missing as well, which means that you now can't field Long Strike in his tank, which is shit. Not gonna lie, don't like it. So those are your they're your HQ choices. We do have Shapers coming up, but we'll get on to that. So we still have the Strike team and Breacher team. And now, Crisis Battlesuits. Right, Kroot Carnivores have changed position along with Krootox Riders. Okay, because Kroot Carnivores used to be part of the troop slot. Now, I've noticed that they have done away with all the various types of symbol that you would use to denote what your units were. So, Crisis Battlesuits were elites, Kroot Carnivores were troops, Krootox Riders were elites. Okay, so they seem to have done away with that. I personally prefer it. But yeah, so we've now, instead of having Crisis Battlesuits, we now have these various specific tasked units. And one thing that they have done is that they have taken our unit composition size down from 6, a maximum of 6, to 3. Okay, so you can no longer field a unit of 6 Crisis Battlesuits, which is, again, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. But we have perhaps gone for specifically tailored units for a specific function. So you've got fusion blasters, which might deal with enemy armor and high save units, highly armored characters and stuff like that. You then have and that's the Sunforge battlesuits. You then have Fire Knife battlesuits, which potentially can do armor and infantry, because you've got missile pods and plasma rifle. And then you have the Star Scythe battlesuit unit, which is burst cannon and T'au Flamer, and those are very much anti-infantry, anti-horde units. We then have our stealth battlesuits. We can no longer get crisis bodyguards either. Again, I think that's really, really bad. You're taking away the flavour of the T'au army. It may well be that I play games of 40k with my friends in 9th edition, because I feel that the 10th edition has lost a lot of flavour, has lost a lot of the fluff, you know, has lost a lot of the stuff that made the T'au you know, made the T'au that specific army, its character. So we've still got stealth battlesuits. We've still got ghost kills. Now, we still have fire sight marksmen, but obviously tactical drones have gone. And we have Pathfinder team here as well. Vespid Stingwings are still in the book. And then we're into our Kroot. Now for Kroot, because there's been a change. So you've got a Kroot Trail Shaper, a Kroot War Shaper, and a Kroot Flesh Shaper. And I think even the Lone Spear can be classed as perhaps an HQ. as a unit. So these are kind of like all your HQ units now for your troops, for your Kroot, I should say. And then you have Kroot Carnivores, still nice unit. Krootox Riders, they've had the nice upgrade. Kroot Hounds, we've still got, that's great, they've had an upgrade. And then Kroot Rampagers, which is a new unit. So we have new unit, new unit, new unit, new unit, new unit, revamped, revamped, revamped. And you're also going to be allowed to have your Kroot Farstalker kin band from your kill team. So they've included a card for that, which is really nice. I'm really pleased about that. Then we have our Piranhas, Vesper Stingwings, Kroot Hounds, yeah. Right, broadside battlesuits. This was heavy support. So broadside battlesuits. I really don't like the new broadside battlesuit with this twin. I really liked the old one where they had the guns on the two arms, or at least the Forge World ones did, and I really liked that. So if I do buy any of the new ones, I will look to try and convert them. Riptide Battlesuit is in the book. Hammerhead Gunship. Now, I did have a look to see if this had anything about Long Strike, and it didn't. So we have lost Long Strike out the book as far as I can tell. So Hammerhead Gunship is still in. Skyray Gunship is still in. Nice bit of kit. And then the Devilfish, which is our troop transport. And then we have the Razor Shark Strike Fighter and Sun Shark Bombers are in still, which is nice. Then we have our Storm Surge, which is our super heavy sort of thing. So Storm Surge still in. This is the old codex I'm looking at here. Storm Surge, and then right, here we go. Now we have our Tidewall Shield Line, Tidewall Drone Port, Tidewall Gun Rig. They're all still present. However, I thought I saw recently that the Tidewall Gun Rig was on a made to order special at the moment, along with, which I found strange, excuse me a second, along with Anshi, which is a resin mini, resin or metal depending, and Long Strike being made to order within the sort of like made to order things that they do from time to time, which I found odd that two of the items that they had were on the made to order, but they were no longer viable in the codex. I mean, you can run Anshi as just a bog standard ethereal, but Long Strike, all that's going to do is just be a replacement for the plastic tank commander that comes with the kit, because you're not going to be able to use him, which, you know, is a disappointment again. But yeah, and then I think that was it. That's your lot for data cards. So they've taken away quite a bit from us, which, like I say, is disappointing. I'm saddened that certain things have gone. I can understand that they might want to be getting away from the resin disasters that they had with the Finecast stuff. Having said that, I've had fine cast stuff in the past, and I've never had any major problems with it. I know that they had some bubble issues, but the pieces that I always had in the past were fine, and the pieces that I've purchased in the last couple of years have all been fantastic. Yeah, you're having to cut away an extra amount of sprue gates, you know, which allow for the resin to occupy the whole mold, you know, so it flows. But that's, you know, I've still had quality product from it. I've had in the last couple of years, I've had the jump pack captain, the jump pack chaplain, the long strike, and the Terminator chaplain, that were all fine cast, along with Samil. Again, I purchased him, and he was the resin, and again, you know, they've all been fine. You know, no major dramas. So I can't understand why. Well, I can, as a business model, but I can't understand why they're getting rid of so many when it wouldn't have been an issue, considering that things like the Vespid Stingwings are still in the Codex, and they're going to be either metal or resin. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on, you know, the way that they've gutted some of the characters and some of the stuff that made the T'au army, gave it its character. Anyway, we've got Crusade rules here. So introduction, expanding the Empire, various bits and pieces. Okay, taking over a planet, agendas, requisitions, battle traits, and then last couple of pages, Crusade relics, Crusade badges, and then you've got a Crusade chart, and then coming up you have points values here, detachments, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so and then we have a T'au Empire name generator, so that's cool. Right, anyway, that was the T'au Codex. The data cards, which I find is really handy. So obviously we've got our Kroot Rampage, Kroot Riders, Kroot Rampagers, Kroot Hounds, T'au. So HQ choices there. Farsight, we've got Kroot Carnivores, Kroot Farstalkers, another Commander, Kroot War Shaper, Kroot Trail Shaper, Kroot Lone Spear, Kroot Flesh Shaper, and that's pretty much all the Kroot. So we've got, you could potentially field an army that I think you'd be hard pressed to have any. I think you'd be hard pressed to have any anti-tank within that, but it'd make a really interesting thing. Then we have Shadow Sun. Now, Firesight Sniper team, Pathfinder team, Strike team, Breacher team, and then your Sunforge battle suits, your Crisis Fire Knife battle suits, your Crisis Star Scythe, and your Stealth suits. Then we have our Ghost Keel, Broadside, Riptide. We have our armour with the Hammerhead, the Skyray, Piranhas, Devilfish, drones, which have also been nerfed. You can no longer take tactical drone units. That's disappointing. Your army rule here. You have Commander Farsight. You have your air defense. So you have your Sunshark bomber and your Razor Shark strike fighter. Our Storm Surge, and then we have our fortifications and our Vespid Stingwings. So yeah, there you go. That was the flick through for the T'au Codex. I'm disappointed because, and I'm going to keep harping on about it, it has lost, I think, the T'au army, the T'au Empire has lost some of its flavour as far as I'm concerned. Taking away things like our crisis battle suits. I don't think Farsight can take his 8 bodyguard team, the 8 bodyguard team. Yeah, no, Farsight can't take his 8 bodyguard team, which was something. I can't remember if that was still something that was available. It doesn't look like it. No, so that's something I think has been missing since 9th, because one of the background fluff things was that Commander Farsight had 8 bodyguards that were his bodyguard unit that you could field if you had the miniatures, and that's gone. So yeah, slowly nerfing stuff, which is disappointment because, you know, with certain things like, for example, with Dark Angels, you used to be able to field mortis pattern dreadnoughts, but now that Forge World no longer produce the parts, you can no longer field those items, which is disappointing. Mortis pattern dreadnought being a dreadnought which is armed with the same weapon on each arm. You know, so I've got one which has 2 autocannon systems on each arm, and I use it for air defense. You know, and there were certain things being Dark Angels that it was more of a non-codex compliant chapter a few years ago compared to what it is now, and the fact that it can take everything from the Space Marines Codex. It was nice that certain things weren't available to it. It was nice that they had company veterans as a unit, and I think they're just listed as veterans in the Space Marine Codex now, but it was nice that you could literally have company veterans which would have loads of special weapons, but then we couldn't take Stern Guard or Vanguard veterans as part of our background fluff, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure at some point stuff like that's going to get added back in. I'd like to see Longstrike and She come back at least. And I'd like to see, I don't play Farsight, but I'd like to see the 8 come back for the Farsight Enclaves. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.